Great afternoon, great afternoon, great afternoon. My name is KeJohnna Owens. You get a chance to tune in, chime in to the Partnerships and Success podcast, where today I have none other than one of the most highly sought after authors, publishers, self-published strategists in the country, soon to be in the world. And we'll get to have him here on the Partnerships and Success podcast. The Partnerships and Success podcast is all about connecting the dots to success with community leaders, entrepreneurs, business owners, and people on a mission to make an impact just like you. Without further ado, I get to bring in my main man, Mr. John L. Mack of Get Published Successfully. Stand by as we bring him on up in style like we always do. Stand by. There he is right there, Mr. John L. Mack of Get Published Successfully, ASAP Publishers, man, making sure that everybody gets recognized, building that brand, building book. Amazing to have you on. Mr. John L. Mack, good afternoon to you, sir.
Well, I'm Dr. John L. Mack, and it's my privilege, pleasure, and just a supreme honor to be able to be on the Partnerships and Success. You know, when I saw the podcast title, I said, now that's something that you want to aspire to. Partnerships in Success, because you can't do it by yourself. I learned that a long time ago.
Man, that's absolutely the philosophy behind Partnerships and Success. You know, strategically partner with people just like yourself, and then we've got a chance to put the Partnerships and Success podcast together. Been a long time coming. Wanted to make sure we got a chance to get you up on the front of the storefront, man, if you will. I want to get myself out of the way and give the people an opportunity to hear a little bit about who Dr. John L. Mack is before we get way into it. You have the floor, sir.
Well, you know, it's sometimes it's a dangerous thing to give me the microphone because I have a lot to say. But I honor and I take it no small task to follow the protocol of the room. So I'm not going to be before you long, but I will be before you strong. I'm Dr. John L. Mack, and you know, about 30 years ago, I was in a leadership class, and the facilitator asked one simple question: if there was no way you could fail, what would you do? What would you be able to look back 5 years later and be able to say that you accomplished? And I looked at her, and at that point, I had 0 books published. My response was, I want to write 100 books. And then we began mapping out strategies and plans and goals to accomplish that. Well, I personally have written 23 books, published 23 books, some of them bestsellers, some of them not so. But I've helped hundreds of aspiring authors to get published successfully too. And I'm just going to take a moment and say the biggest pain point that I was facing, these people were paying me, you know, big money to publish their books. I mean, I published some pretty powerful people. And I realized that there was something all of them were saying. They said, Dr. Mack, you've got us published. The book is beautiful. It's well crafted. It's everything is working on it, except I'm a bestseller, but I ain't making no money. I said, I ain't making no money. And during the pandemic, I just kind of, when I was sheltered in like all the rest of us were, I made a decision, find out the solution to that situation. And I know that you like to talk about solutions over situations. Well, in the process of finding that solution, we discovered what we call the plus process. That means most people don't want to write a book. Although that's what they come and tell me. Dr. Mack, I want to write a book. And they go through this whole process and they pay me and they're still not satisfied. Because the real thing that they're asking for is they're saying, Dr. Mack, we want to publish a book. We want to launch it successfully. Then we want to upsell and offer relevant to the book. And then we want to scale to a 6-figure plus income. And that's what we're focused on now. I'm excited. Let's come on back in. You're muted. You're muted.
They call it a mute button for a reason, so you can click it so they can hear you, right? And you're always ahead of the game. You're always ahead of the curve.
I try to stay there.
Solutions, it's everything. Solutions of situations are everything. Make sure you focus on yourself where you want to be before we focus on all the hardships. So it's great to have you helping authors like myself, and help me get my 7 Keys to Success, a book published. Show me some great tips of how to really preface the book. And now with over 100 authors that you've promoted, how's that feel to be putting people in position to tell their story around the world?
Story matters. And unfortunately, most people, the concept where they want to tell the story of the all the horrible things that happened in their life. That they was molested and arrested, they got tested and bested, all these things that went on in their life, and nobody cares because they're dealing with problems of their own. So when we talk about a brand building book, we want to take your expertise, your experience, your message, and your methodology and package it in a digitally deliverable format so that you can scale and upsell and be able to reach the heights that you always hoped were possible. Nobody wants to write a book. That's arduous. That's hard. That's a task. That takes it's expensive, but everybody wants to publish a book. They want to launch it to success. They want to upsell because the book is the low-hanging fruit. But they want to take that book and that $20 offer. It takes 5,000 books at $20 a piece to reach $100,000. But it only takes 20 $5,000 offers. So we want to be able to scale that book into a high ticket offer and then be able to scale that so it's a consistent income. That's what we're all about here at GPS, Get Published Successfully.
Whoa.
That was a mouthful, wasn't it?
That's some good math right there. I mean, that's a smart package the book to distributors and those in your network to purchase packages as opposed to one by one. Man, I gotta get it. That's amazing blueprint. What inspired you to take it that way and really heighten the level of attention that your authors get?
Well, the key is, what are the deliverables? When you come to me, you're saying, I want to write a book. I want to publish a book. But most people don't have clarity. And clarity is the primary thing, the most crucial thing that you can have. When you have clarity as to why you want to do it, what you want to do, what you want to offer, who your audience is, when you have clarity in those matters right there, everything else just begins to make a whole lot of sense. Now, let me just kind of digress and tell you where all of us are at right now. The pandemic put us all in a position where the whole world was on halt, stop, pause. And during that time, most people just were sheltered in. They got angry, they were mad, they were frustrated, they started acting out, all sorts of stuff happened. I used the pandemic as a time to be able to niche in on that problem. The problem being, how do I make my book a success? How do I turn my published book into a profitable business? So what has happened during the pandemic, I think it was just a ruse. And I'm not a pandemic denier or what have you. I'm saying that it was an opportunity for the world to release the next iteration of what's going to be real. Now, the internet changed everything. Social media has completely changed. We've got influencers, people that get enough followers that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and a month. And these people are changing the game. Well, what's happened in November, the Elon Musk and Microsoft put billions of dollars into a new process called OpenAI. Artificial intelligence in the publishing arena is changing the game. So you're able to effectively write a book in an hour. So you just if you ask the right questions and give the right prompts, you'll be able to get content that you can collate and that you can format, and you'll have a book. You can create the cover, the content, and even launch it within an hour. So the GPT technology in the OpenAI platform means get published today. And that's what we want to talk about. The fact that you can turn your experience and your expertise, you can maximize and monetize it so that you can walk away from the corporate situation and be able to have a sustainable income.
You're big on maximizing and monetizing.
That's what it's
I
about.
mean, you've been a little bit of history there for me and Mr. Mack, if you will. We've got over a decade of business building together, uh, going close to 15 years here, knowing
Yeah.
each other, networking and building, development. Come from the auto industry, taught me a lot, gave me a lot of early whiskers of wisdom, and we dominated that industry. And here we are as authors, and you're an author producer. But you all maximize and monetize. What's the power in that right there to you? Because you've been on that for a good while, and you've helped a lot of people really get a grasp of it, sir.
When you understand that concept, when you want to maximize your message, you want to maximize your methodology. So in the process of going about life corporately or what have you, you find yourself that you've developed expertise and you have experience. People now want to compress time frames. They don't want to go to college. College entrance has declined. More and more people are going to YTU, YouTube University. They get all the knowledge and information that they need right there. So to compress that time frame, to compress that timeline, and put you into it, that is an awesome time situation right there. So that's what maximizing. We want to take all the things that you've done, and we want to say we want to put a monetary value on that. And the monetary value allows us to be able to go to another level, so that if we're in corporate America, we can walk away from that corporate plantation. If we're in a situation, even if we have our own business, but that business has become a golden handcuff and just a paid job, where we're working more on it than we worked on the job that the man was paying us for. So with maximizing and monetizing your platform and your position, now you can create a sustainable revenue generation system that allows you to be able to scale and to get gooder and gooder. Yeah, I said it, gooder and gooder.
You know I
You're on
love
mute
gooder and gooder. You know I love gooder and gooder, man. Gooder and better and butter, right?
again. Yes, sir.
You're
Yes,
an amazing wordsmith as well. They will get a grip or a grasp of how you change acronyms, and you have an acronym for acronyms. So you are the word meister, gooder and gooder. You've
yeah.
been in the industry of personal and business development, coaching and mentoring. Coaching, mentoring me. I happen to be hopefully some sort of personal
Oh, achievement. Yes.
the accomplishments or the things that I'm doing in my life. I give you attribute a lot of what you've just put into me. So I truly appreciate you, and be able to have you on this platform is amazing.
Well, let me just take the moment again to say how proud I am of you, because you took there was a lack of clarity. You had a great concept, but you wasn't we didn't know how to actually market and make it maximize and monetize for the general public. But just working with you and just asking the right. It's all about asking the right questions. The more I ask the questions, you unpack it in your own mind and say, oh, this is what it is. Hey, Success Express, still, in my opinion, one of the greatest concepts that anybody's ever put out there. And now the partnerships in success. When we talk about success, when success is the barometer, then we're able to make accomplishments based on that narrowed focus, that niche. Because my coach told me, when you find your niche, dig a ditch, and that's how you're going to get rich.
You see, I told you, you find your niche, dig a ditch, and that's how you're going to get rich. That's Dr. John L. Mack. Thank you for the flowers, sir. Alive.
No,
Appreciate it.
when you deserve them, I promise you. Hey, guys, this young man has his mindset. He thinks there ain't no box. He burnt the box a long time ago, and he's created outside of what the normal narrative is. And I promise you, when you get caught up to where he's at, he's already going to be on another plane. But what he's able to do is take your idea, take your plan, take your podcast, and social engineer it to the point where you now look like the big boys, because you are the big boys. He's using the technology, and he has the skill set to be able to bring you to a point where you can actually begin to scale. And that's scaling is what I'm all about right now.
Scale it on up. You know, I'm gonna start taking you with me everywhere I go. I'm gonna take you with me and let you tell them not who I am, but who I'm is, right? They need to, I appreciate it, sir. It's just,
and let me just say this morning,
a lot of people have sown seeds into the vision, and it's about consistency, commitment, and going through, even when it's unclear to other people. You've helped me understand as I search for sometimes clarity in the way that you deliver a service. You find that it's clear to the people it's clear to. I learned this. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person. The right person hears what you're talking about. They stick and stay, and you get your pay. Man, we're doing some things over here that's amazing. Mr. John L. Mack, we got you here. Like for you, stand by. We're going to bring you back up, allow you to put some precision points to the projects that you have coming up, the programs that you have available. And as you can see on the scroller there, you get a chance to get a consultation with Dr. John L. Mack. If you will, sir, stand by. We're going to have you back right on the other side, if you don't mind.
Not a problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You could schedule your appointment to have your initial consultation with Dr. John L. Mack there on the bottom of the scroller right there. I would recommend, if you want to get your book out there, if you want to get your brand, if you need a brand building book to allow yourself to speak on your subject and make you a subject expert on what you're talking about. Stand by. We appreciate you for tuning in to the Partnerships and Success Podcast. We'll be right back on the other side. Stand by. Hi, my name is KeJohnna Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is one of the most comprehensive business development online marketing support programs out there, which is the VASP, VASP, Virtual Assistant Support Program. This system allows you to operate and run your business while we help monitor and help you cultivate more business for your business online. Contact us at 909-686-1698 and visit us online at successexpressmarketing.com. Look forward to helping you take your business to the next level.
Welcome to the Jazz Zone. Allow the Jazz Zone to make your next event enjoyable and entertaining. The Jazz Zone is great for private parties, weddings, festivals, fundraisers, grand openings, and corporate affairs. Move up to the next level of entertaining with the Jazz Zone. Check out our website at jazzzone.net. That's JAZZZONE.net. Or call the Jazz Zone at 626-798-6848.
Jazzabrations is unique in the fact that we honor jazz and blues legends over the age of 65 who have contributed more than 25 years to the industry. Our performances educate our families about legacy preservation and as we entertain our communities to have fun and to be educated about keeping the legacies alive.
Got a relational currency connection right here with Dr. John L. Mack, man, in the studio, in the lab, ready to go, ready to serve the people. It's amazing to have you on. Thank you for standing by on this part of what we're talking about here in the Partnerships and Success Podcast. I want you to just really share the next steps in the process of developing authors and leaders around the country and even the world, sir?
Well, the next step, Key, is all about the plus. You see, more people want more, and they look at what they're doing. Einstein said, if you do the same thing and expect a different result, that's the definition of insanity. And I think more people are operating in an insane mindset than care to admit. Listen, if you write a book, they're not just going to come and read it. Just because you wrote it, don't mean that they want to read it. But the plus factor, the plus process allows you to not only publish the right book, and the right book has 5 components to it. It's relevant. It's relevant to what your audience wants to hear, what they're looking to hear. It's insightful. That means it gives insight into what they're looking to hear. It's germane to the subject matter. It is on point to what you're talking about. Then it's honest. The H means that it's honest. That it's an honest portrayal, authentic portrayal of what you're trying to get across. But finally, it's transformational. And when you write a book that meets those criteria, and you have a specific audience that you're writing to, all too many authors are writing. They come to me and say, Dr. Mack, I got a book. It's going to be a bestseller. Everybody needs it. Everybody, it's written for everybody. And I always say this, if you write it for everybody, it's going to end up being for nobody. You see, there's a niche, there's a market, there's an ideal avatar that you can reach, that you have the information for their elevation, for their transformation. But unless you're able to get in front of that audience, then it's falling upon deaf ears. Les Brown said, don't let what you're trying to say get in the way of what the people want or need to hear. I'm going to say that again because that's profound. Don't let what you're trying to say, you want to tell them all about your horrible past, all about the wonderful person that you are, how great and powerful and incredible you are. Nobody want to hear all that. They want to know is, do you have a solution to their situation? And if you do, can you deliver it in such a way that once I receive it, once I input it into my ecosystem, I'm able to duplicate it and I'm able to get similar or better results. So if I can get similar or better results, dadgummit, I'm excited. I'm ready to roll. So I'm ready. I'm willing to pay you for that information. So the key right now for new authors coming in is, number one, who are you trying to reach? Who is your ideal audience? And once you know that ideal audience, you can craft the message directly to them. And guess what? You don't have to do all the work. All you have to do is have the concept, the idea, and say, based on my experience, based on the expertise that I've developed over the course of years in time of study and what have you, this is a solution to a situation that I faced. And if you follow this solution, it will shorten your learning curve. It will shorten the amount of time that you have to go through difficulty, and it will expand the amount of time that you get to operate in the zone of excellence. And that's all we're talking about. So we want to give authors that opportunity.
Wow. I've been through your program, so I'm just a witness, a student, a fan, and all of that. If you want to get your book out there, stop. What we're saying here is stop trying to do everything yourself. Get some coaching. Partnership. Get some mentoring. Embrace the process and allow for someone that's done it over and over and over again to help you do it.
I say the plus process, the publish, launch, upsell, scale, the plus process. But it's all about, do you trust the process? And when you trust the process, doors begin to open. Things begin to happen where the universe conspires to work with you so that you can achieve the desires that you have in your spirit and in your heart. And I promise you, with today's technology, it's easier getting to where you want to get to than you think. With today's technology, you can shorten that curve to the point where it is out of this world. Listen, guys, with the AI, artificial intelligence, it's changing the world. The military, the government has been using this technology for the last several years. Now they've rolled it out to the general public. What the reason they spent billions, and the investment from Microsoft and Elon Musk was in the billions, because what they did was they took all of the information that's been online up to 2021, and they created a language learning system to be able to access all that information. So if you ask the right question, give it the right prompt, it's going to give you a palatable answer that you can formulate, so that you've got a powerful book, grammatically correct, punctuated, and within an hour you can do an ebook so instantaneous that it will blow you away, be up and making money in little to no time.
Or you could beat on that drum and try to do it yourself, and keep getting in the same situation. As you said earlier, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again
and expecting
for a different result.
Yep,
Man,
yep.
Absolutely. We're going to take a real quick break. I'm going to bring you on the other side, allow you to share a little bit about how they can reach you, and web links, phone numbers, anything you want to get out to the last word.
And I want to give them a free offer too when we come back.
Oh, absolutely. We love free. What's that commercial? Free.
Free is a good word.
Free. Stand by as we get on to the other side, man. We got a couple of shout outs out there, man. Mr. John L. Mack, honored to have you on board.
LA South Chamber of Commerce. Together we're creating economic growth in the South LA and South Bay communities through business development, networking, community, and advocacy. We're not your average Chamber of Commerce. Connect with us at lasouthchamber.com.
If you're not a member, join. But join today. Don't wait for tomorrow.
They are phenomenal.
There is none like LA South Chamber of Commerce.
This is the chamber for you.
I'm so proud to be here and part of the LA South Chamber.
When I went to find a chamber that could help me do positive outreach and advocacy, LA South Chamber was the place to go. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Become a member.
Man, amazing to have you on, sir. We got some production in the back studio right there, man. We are absolutely on our way to helping a lot of people expose their businesses. Here today, we got Mr. Dr. John L. Mack. Get published successfully. He's got some good offers. Free. Pay attention now. Free.
Well, you have to always ask yourself, what is the cost of free? And free doesn't necessarily mean no fee, but it means that you may be able to get more value if you take advantage of it. And one of the things I want to have you take advantage of, and I wrote a book called A Guide to Great Goals. It was the #1 bestseller on Amazon in 2019, I believe. But powerful book. Today everybody talks about, the SMART goals. They have all these characteristics to be a SMART goal. But most people operate in what I call a safe goal. And I talk about it in the book. And a safe goal is small and fairly easy. So that means that you're not having to fight. You're not having to, go into all of the effort that it takes to accomplish a SMART goal. But I think there's another goal, and that's a great goal. And a great goal is gigantic. That means it's huge. It's ridiculous. I mean, there's no way that you can write a book. It's enormous. It's awesome. and it's transformational. So when you have those goals and you start setting goals of that nature, it stretches you. And you know, they say that a rubber band, when you pull a rubber band and you stretch it, it will never go back to its original shape. So when we stretch you, we want to stretch you for success. We want to stretch you because within you is everything that you need for the success that you desire. You know, most people look at themselves and they say they're not worthy. This morning in my quiet time, the Lord spoke to me and said, I have empowered you to be you. So I'm empowered to be me. And most people are afraid to be themselves. So they go around trying to become a carbon copy of everyone else. And that cookie cutter means that sameness, no, you don't stand out. You're just regular. Someone wrote a book years ago called The Purple Cow. So if you driving down the freeway and you see cows all over the place, cows tipped, cows just mooing and eating, and then all of a sudden you see a purple cow, you're going to turn and look. You're going to spend as much. You said, did you see that? A purple cow. You have to become a purple cow. I say that, hey, I like the copycats. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But listen. When you're driving down the street and you're that purple cow, I like to think of myself as a unicorn. That's something that's rare. And when you study unicorns, they have all these incredible skill sets, but they actually do hang with other unicorns. So if you're a unicorn, if you're unique, if you're different, if you offer something that the world has never seen before, and they laugh at you because you're trying to present it, if you stick with it long enough, you'll be able to get that vision to pass. Well, a unicorn that hangs with another bunch of unicorns, KeJohnna is a unicorn. I know a lot of unicorns. I hang out with unicorns. You know, Jim Rohn said that you'll become the composite of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. But do you know what they call a group of unicorns? A herd of unicorns, a pack of unicorns? It's called a blessing. So if you want to be a blessing to someone, stop trying to be like everybody else. Stop trying to be that copycat that Mr. Victory was just sharing about. You want to be unique. You want to be able to stand up and to stand out so that you can stand in and start winning and receiving the victory that belongs to you. And so you're worthy of all. You're worthy to receive everything that you can perceive, believe, and conceive. You'll catch that on the way home. So in the free copy, get it down. It's bit.ly/great guide to great. And it's all case sensitive. So the G is capital in guide, the number 2, and then great is all capital. bit.ly/guide to great. I promise you, this will center and give you the clarity that you're looking for in life. Back to you.
Whoa, you got to get that. I'm honored. It's always a privilege. It's always a pleasure, sir, to glean from you, to allow even the listeners, hopefully, to make an impact in someone's life. Edwin Victory out there absolutely chimed in, tuned in, and inspired, as he's an inspiration to a lot of people around the world as well. Man, you talked about unicorn being a herd of unicorns, being a blessing. I almost shut the podcast down right there.
Well, I tell them to Google that. I'm not just, anytime someone says something to you, fact check them. Make sure that they're not spreading misinformation. I said, what is a herd of unicorns called? And when I found out it was a blessing, I said, I'm going to be hanging with unicorns and be a blessing all day long.
And I know that's right. We're going to call this a Unicorn Podcast Network right here on the Success Express Podcast Network. Listen,
I love it.
They said we couldn't. They said it wouldn't. Man, we continued. And at this point, I've got over 10,000 hours of podcast production and engineering. I've become a podcast engineer and producer. I've scaled the business. Oh, man, you got to keep doing the work, sir. And that's why I do the other podcast, Grindology 101, which is committed to the work. Here is committed to connecting those dots to success, allowing people to synergize with others around the world, doing the things that they want to do, wish they could do, need to learn how to do, and connect with people that are doing it, like yourself, sir. That's all it's about.
Now, we're scrolling at the bottom. If you'll click on bit.ly/the plus process, it's an ebook that it's a landing page that will give you all the information that you need about this process, and it will also allow you to schedule a free no obligation publication consultation where we'll walk through the process and see if we're fit for each other. Because if you look here, I'm not interested in somebody that's not willing to do the work, because my name is on the line. And we're looking to this year, we're going to be bringing 10 people up to a $10,000 or more monthly income. So we're going to launch 10 people into a 6-figure income with their book. And then we're going to work with another 25 to 30 to get them to at least a 10-figure launch. So that this plus process, we wanted to pay for everything that you're using to produce it, and then we want you to scale so that you'll be able to take your expertise and experience across the country, even the world, because we have some world-building contacts, so that you can speak in Africa, you can speak across the world, and allow yourself to be able to have that plus lifestyle.
Let's print these books in all these different languages and get it all over the world. I know that's the next step.
It's already there.
Yeah, look, see there it is.
The next step is an interactive flip book that has video in it that you can drop in an audio. So rather than trying to do an audio book, because the platforms are real difficult, but you could do your own audio book at home where you read the chapter, and we just drop that audio in of you reading the chapter, video of you expanding or expounding on your concept, hot links that would take them to your page or different courses that you make available. All of this within this interactive flip book, and it is phenomenal. What we're doing now is we're selling the interactive flip book between $18 and $48 based on the book itself. But within that flip book, you'll have over $500 worth of value. And you can also put in advertisements where people will pay you for them to get in your book so they can promote themselves. There's so much going on right now, and this AI technology is fueling all of it. So you're gonna mess around and miss out on it once again. But we're telling you right now that if you step into this arena and get the plus process in place, that it'll change your life.
Get the plus process in place.
I like that.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap, sir.
That's
Again, always an honor to serve alongside you, to impact you. You're out there. You're in Dallas, correct?
Yes, sir.
And Dallas, here I am in California. Look how the world has changed. We can reach around the world from the comfort of our homes. And that's what we saw years ago. And now we're operating within the principle. And if you could think your way through, you could get on too. Something like that. I'll get that to you. We'll write your book on that one right there. How about that, man? My man, Mr. John L. Mack.
I'm gonna get off this podcast and probably write 2 or 3 more books today. GPT, get published today.
Today. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, Dr. John L. Mack. I will leave you with any last parting words there before we get out of here.
The only parting words that I have is this. Somebody wants to hear what you have to say. Everybody has a book in them that somebody wants and needs to read. Anybody can write and publish a book with today's technology, but nobody, and I mean nobody, can read a book that's never been written. It's time for you to put the plus process in place and start producing, profiting, and being able to live the plus lifestyle.
There it is. Couldn't be said any more succinctly, sir. Appreciate you. Much love to you. We'll see you on the other side, man. Keep on making a difference in people's lives, including my own. Honor to have you on again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Man, Dr. John L. Mack, you don't get it like that too regular. To have him on, I hope you were able to get a piece of impact from that young man right there, difference maker, friend, mentor, big brother, uncle. You have an opportunity to connect the dots to success with Dr. John L. Mack from the Partners in Success podcast. We thank you for being our guest this afternoon. If you would like to be a guest, promote your business, let people know about who you are and what you do, we want to help you do exactly that. Contact the information there on the scroller there, and we will definitely get you access to how you can promote who you are and what you do. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for chiming in. Success loves speed. Success loves speed. Operate in the spirit of success. But here's something that you can apply to the operation of the speed of success. You have to apply work. You have to apply a level of work that matches the level of your faith. And my quote I have to match that is, you must apply the level of the work you do to match the level of the faith you have. We see you on the other side. Thank you, Mr. Edwin. Victory, much love to you. We'll be talking soon. Look forward to the success that you desire. And we will, as I say all the time, see you on the other side. And you best believe there is another side. Have a good one.